Hey, folks. Getting everything set up. Just 1 minute. Okay. How are we for options? That looks good. Doesn't seem to have any kind of advanced settings. I guess it's running on the old RPG engine, so it probably doesn't need a lot of options. Okay. Let's kick this off. Now, I'm going to put this on normal. We probably could bump this up to hard, but I hate not getting to story content just because I'm might suck. So we'll take normal. I'm excited to play this. The only reason I really didn't pick this up earlier is just I had so many of these come out around the same time, and I was kind of burnt out on isometric RPGs for a while. I think Divinity Original Sin 2 came out around the same time.
For over 400 years, the armies of Kairos the Overlord have swept across the known world. All who stood against them fell before their might. Even the Archons, women and men of immense power, were forced to kneel, chained to the Overlord's will. Now Kairos' final conquest has come to our corner of the world, and two of the Overlord's armies compete for the honor of taking our lands. The elite disfavored, and the teeming horde of the Scarlet Chorus. The voices of Nerat, spymaster and archon of secrets, guides the fierce and undisciplined masses of the Scarlet Chorus. With each battle, the Scarlet Chorus grows stronger, as the defeated are given a simple choice: serve or die. Graven Ash, Archon of War and the Overlord's most loyal general, leads the disfavored. Though small in number, Kairos' ironclad legion has never met true defeat in open battle. Watching over the two generals is Tunon, the Adjudicator, Archon of Justice, eldest of Kairos' minions. Tunon brings Kairos' laws to newly conquered lands, aided by the Fatebinders, judges and executioners of the Overlord's laws. You were among the youngest of the court of Fatebinders when Kairos' armies came to our lands. How could we have known that the fate of thousands would rest in your hands?
Chosen one. Okay. It's going for like a kind of minimalist art style. I can work with that. Now, we're definitely going to be a wizard. I don't know what the magic is like in this game specifically, but if it's anything like Pillars of Eternity, we're going to be some kind of wizard. Oh, okay. Got hairstyle. Now, I want to be a kind of wizard that's been like hiding out in the bushes for a while. Not real popular with folks. He just knows too much. Okay. none of these scream crazy man in the bushes. This is going to be as close as we get, I think. He just needs a huge, just enormous bushy beard. And I think that will kind of seal the deal. These are all very, like, crisp, clean-cut beards. That's good.
Got it.
And you go with.
You must rest soon.
That's
I
the.
got it. Good work. You learn something every day.
It's the sneaky sound.
On the lookout.
We're gonna go with aggressive.
Slowing me down. I need rest.
Redhead? Looks pretty good. We go with that. Okay. Now we'll have to update the portrait. Now I get that this kind of carries over from older games. What's up, Johnny Speed? How's it going, buddy? Hi. I think this is going to be as close as we get. I know it's a traditional thing to have the portrait be like a separate image, but I kind of hate it because it's just, if it's not just like what my guy looks like, it'll bother me the entire game. You been playing anything good, man? Oh yeah, War Mage. That's it. That's our storyline. We fought in some wars. We ended up in the bushes because we just became so disillusioned with everything. Couldn't take civilian life. Okay. Now, shock spells, vigor spell. Oh, shoot. Okay. I'm going to be like a nasty mage. So not only was I in the war, but I was fighting with like a dirty, nasty kind of magic, and I'm ashamed of it. So I probably haven't been. I've sworn off it. For some reason, I'm needing to do it again. Ches Geek? What is that? Secondary expertise. Oh, cool. That could be cool. I don't know how practical this would be. Atrophy spells, and I probably should stick to some other type of magic. Channel it into the enemies, sapping their might and vitality. Yeah, I'm thinking we should do some kind of magic, but I just like, if we're going to be a battle mage, I'd like to have some ridiculous huge melee weapon that comes with it. It's not going to be ideal, but luckily we're playing on normal, so I can have a little fun with our skill set. It doesn't need to be optimal exactly. It's better than what I came up with. Shameful. You know what? Okay, so I have to pick one of these. You know, I don't remember doing that for him. Okay, there's only one choice. So for the War Mace, we're gonna have to take either Cleave or Sunder. Deliver powerful, reduces target armor, multiple enemies nearby. I think we're gonna go with this because I've already got a debuff. I don't want multiple debuffs and not have any kind of major damage output. All right, character colors. You know what? I've got Microsoft looking out for my eyeballs. Had Nightlight turned on for me. Okay. Now I can actually see what the colors look like. We want something like it at one point was nice, but it's gotten faded. It's subtle. I like it. We have our own banner. Card game where you play roommates trying to gain slack with limited. Cool. Was it a... Is it a big game? I haven't heard of it before, and I watch, like... I keep up with board games pretty closely. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay. Take this crimson and gold. It's pretty sharp. And the hardest part of every game, picking your name. If you got so much of a backstory, this is going to be extra hard. I'm going to go with Bailiff. It's kind of a man's name. But we have a soft, tender side. From the 90s. Shit, yeah. I definitely wouldn't have caught it if it was from the 90s. I only got really into board games, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. Okay. We're going to take a little bit of might, but not much, just above average. We're not going to be fast, like, at all. Resolve, that seems like something we would have some in. Can we... Ooh, we can steal points from it. We're going to take some vitality as well. Finesse is probably not our thing. And wits. Definitely, we're smarter than we are strong. Steve Jackson does it. Huh. Well, cool. I'll have to look it up. Okay. I take an extra point in wits. It's got gold for resolve, which I'm guessing is it's recommending that I specialize in certain things. Okay. Mental resolve. Shameful is those piddling guns. My arms? I did go with the scrawny guy. We could... I wasn't planning on doing any kind of melee, so maybe it doesn't make as much sense to have super skinny dude. This guy's short. We could just be the giant. The mountain who rides. Okay. We got all the way up to skills, I think. Ooh, nope. Okay, didn't get that far. Oh yeah, that's much better. Much more intimidating. All right, so we've got magic scat. Okay, does the magic staff, is this one of those games where the magic staff is a melee weapon that just sucks and you never ever use it as a melee weapon unless you're just completely desperate? Or is it one of those games where the magic staff has like an idle or like a free ranged attack? So we'll find out. Damn, we got a ton of these points. How high? Okay, I'm guessing these are like 1 to 100 kind of skills. Let's do. Okay. You know, I think we're gonna fight. If I can cast my spells with a two-handed weapon, we're gonna have spent more time training with the two-handed weapon. I mean, I might horribly regret these things. Control atrophy. Ability draws, hits and crits. Okay. So this is probably the most important thing. We're gonna just kind of sap the other side. I can't steal points from things. That's too bad. We're going to be terrible at subterfuge. A little bit of athletics would be good. Maybe some dodge. All right. We are going into this blind. I'm not sure how the systems in this game work, so we may horribly regret this character build. Usually when I play these, I just like to play whatever I think is more fun and less what is the most efficient thing. And sometimes that's to my detriment. I don't actually finish the game a lot of the times because you hit that wall and you're like, I want to know the story, but I also don't want to do that battle again for the 40th time. But we're on normal, so I'm thinking it won't be too bad. All right, let's conquest option. Play through Kairos' Conquest of Tears. Oh yeah, definitely. Gotta do our own story building.
All the world has fallen to Kairos, and now the Overlord's eye is on the Tears, our home. The last corner of the world free of Kairos' reign. 2 armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, march south from the Northern Empire, the last realm to fall to Kairos a century prior. In the early days of 428, Kairos' armies arrive at the
I really like these stained glass paintings. These are,
that we Tearsmen
they
so
look
long believed
sharp.
unassailable. Unable to agree on a unified plan of defense, the various leaders of the Tears sit and wait for each other to deal with the conquerors. Until it's too late.
Okay. So is this going to be like a choose your own adventure kind of thing? Or is this going to be a play through it kind of thing? I'm thinking it's a choose your own adventure deal, which I'm totally down for. The bastard city stood on the northern border between Kairos' empire and the Tears. Built upon a natural harbor at the crossroads between realms, the city was a nexus of commerce. To the Tears, it was the center of all wealth. To a northerner, it was little more than a backwater trading post. Its symbolic status as a gateway to the continent made it a natural first target in Kairos' military conquest. Circumstances were ideal for you to prove your worth as a soldier in Kairos' armies. Taking the city would send a message to the rest of the Tears. Kairos' will is insurmountable. Cool. So, go to the Gates of Judgment. In the first major engagement of the war, Kairos' armies cross the mountains and establish a foothold. My guy is more of a direct problem solver, not an infiltrate kind of person. The armies of Kairos took the battle to the Gate of Judgment, trumpeting the opening call of the conquest of Tears. The 2 armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, brought their distinctive sense of order and chaos to the assault. You went to the battle alongside the army whose approach best suited your strengths. Okay, well, let's... Oh, great, and we get a little flavor text. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have I think my dude was more of like, he doesn't do a whole lot of magic outside of killing people, unfortunately, and he really regrets that kind of lifestyle, and he's trying to make up for it, but it looks like he's just going to end up needing to kill more people to redeem himself. Okay, so the Scarlet Chorus seems to be like kind of a bunch of irregulars. It's calling them thugs, and they're not really well organized under officers. So let's check out this one. Discipline, Battle Hardened, Disfavored. Oh yeah, the Disfavored. That's us. Exactly. Standing shield to shield with Kairos' ironclad elite, you advanced on the mercenary army purchased by the nobles of the bastard city. The Legion, wanting to send a message to the tiers that superior breeding and disciplined training would win the day. The bastard city learned too late that a military is earned and never bought. The mercenary army quickly found themselves outclassed by the superior tactics and formation of the disfavored. Those few who lived to the end of the battle were rounded up, the weak executed, and the strong enslaved to haul the army's wagons on the journey south. Cool. I was sitting in as a judge, I think. The soldiers of the tiers fell by the hundreds, and Kairos' armies could not agree on how to handle what few survivors they dragged back to camp. Befitting your role, the commanders turned to you to decide the fate of those who occupied prison pens. There were only enough prisoners to support the plan of a single army. Yeah, no, we're not going to give them weapons. The disfavored needed slaves to haul their gear, dig latrines, and keep their pallets warm at night. You consign the survivors of the battle to their subservient role among Graven Ash's noble troops. Alright, and Graven Ash is a general. Okay. Wounded and demoralized by prior defeat, the soldiers of the tiers put up minimal resistance to their new status in Kairos' army. The disfavored enjoyed the luxury of putting others to work, but don't allow themselves to grow soft, turning away from menial duties and focusing instead on a rigorous training regimen that left them alert and eager for action. You gave the tier slaves their first assignments, digging a mass grave outside the gates of judgment where a cloud of flies marks the passage of Kairos' army. Okay. The armies of Kairos amassed around the bastard city, the first bastion of the tiers to fall. Both armies longed to storm the walled outpost. Yeah, I think it's definitely a sexual thing. The Scarlet Chorus howling for plunder, and the disfavored forming an unbreakable shield wall. Your prowess on the field of battle has carried them this far, but there was one more step before total victory. Both of the armies had inspired schemes to take the bastard city. Which did I support? Okay. So they could sabotage the city's defenses, burn the city, assault on the main gates. I think we burned the city. You joined the Scarlet Chorus, and setting fire to the city, blocking the gates, the defenders would surrender or burn. Now, we're not playing an evil character, mind you. We just had a troubled past, and there's no sense in hiding from what we did. We're here to correct it. All right. It was passing strange to barricade the very gates you sought to cross, but it made sense when the fires began. The Scarlet Chorus sent a constant rain of flaming arrows over the walls of the bastard city, a plague that lasted through long days and tireless nights. By the end, the blaze was too much for the city defenders to contain. Citizens crowded at the gates, pleading to be freed from their smoldering city. You and your army were happy to oblige them. When the gates opened, they opened from the inside. Ruthlessly efficient. That is why we did it, It had to be done. The bastard city settled into a new state of normalcy. With every tower displaying Kairos' banner, your name was whispered alongside rumors of a decorated career to come. The armies divided two fronts and migrated south. Tunan sent word that you were to join the next frontier of Kairos' conquest, either as a judge, an overseer of the settlement of Lathan's Crossing, or as a war advisor with the armies advancing into the realms of Apex. I would think that I would be a war advisor. Because if I don't know. That could be interesting, though, if, the reason that we're ashamed of this is because then we started to have to deal with people on a day-to-day basis. Like the folks that we were seeing the consequences of our actions. I don't know how long this story is going to go on for. We're still only on the first tick of conquest, so this could be a while. All right, we're going to stay in the battle for now. I don't think we're ready to leave our military career. Years ago, Lethian the Bold founded a small merchant town at the intersection of ancient old walls. A pact between the settlers and the mercenary company meant that caravans were able to travel without fear of bandits or bane, and the town thrived in modest insignificance. Lethian's crossing drew Kairos' attention for the iron deposits in the surrounding hills. With the region under Kairos' control, the northern smith mages could set up workshops to refine ore and arm the disfavored with the finest weapons in the known world. Oh, this one keeps going. The Archon of Secrets dismantled the mercenary support with generous bribes, taking the crossing in a bloodless victory. Tunan dispatched you to travel alongside Kairos' forces and bring order to the region. To be fall subject to some kind of mind control? I'm so curious about this. I think we're going to go this way. Siren, Archon of the Song, used her arcane charm to lure locals into joining Kairos' army. As a patroness of the Scarlet Chorus, her efforts were critical to the conscription of new recruits. When an enthralled, disfavored soldier joined her cult, his company feared that the Archon was growing out of control and needed to be stopped. Oh, nice. Okay, so we just saw somebody falling victim to this cult. So we could either send them to the front lines to have them die. Or we just destroy it. I think it's more, I'm too clever to have just wasted lives attacking them outright when we could use them on the front lines. In Scarlet Chorus tradition, you sent the latest batch of cultists to the front lines of the Apex campaign. Those who survived were welcome to remain in Kairos' military and perform, and their performance would stand as testimony to Siren's effectiveness. Cults are fine as long as they're effective. The Scarlet Chorus agreed to transfer Siren's latest recruits to the front line. Okay. Oh, cool. Some kind of ancient threat. Okay. Drawn to the arcane energy around the forges, mystical predators from the nearby old walls began to raid Lithian's crossing at all hours. Both of Kairos' armies reserved their strengths for the front lines of the war, and yet the city required protection. You had to delegate the responsibility somewhere. Okay, do we have the disfavored or do we have the Scarlet Chorus do it? I mean, the disfavored are like the misfits. I would rather have them perish in some kind of Balrog attack than have our regular troops die. Since the disfavored used most of the iron that came out of Lethian's crossing, it fell to them to stand as the city's vigilant protectors. The Scarlet Chorus enjoyed a necessary reprieve. Though the disfavored were averse to your ruling, they couldn't argue with the reasoning behind it. They rallied in the streets of Lethian Crossing, patrolling on alert in shifts that lasted day and night in an impressive show of force. They managed to repel several attacks from the predators in districts that would have otherwise suffered great harm. Able to do some good, the disfavored still detested you for keeping them from the battle with their real enemy in the tiers. No, they weren't in danger of dying. They just were bored. Okay. Who controlled the crossing? Tragedy struck when a mercenary hired by the voices of Nerit. The voices of Nerit is equal parts genius and madman. Okay, so this is a single guy. And he is also known as the Archon of Secrets. Okay. Okay. When voices of Nerit injured a forge-bound artisan, leaving him unable to practice his craft, Tunan ordered the mercenaries to leave the city in the hands of Kairos' more responsible servants. Only a token garrison could be left behind while the armies returned to the front, as the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus showed increasing tension and hostility towards each other. Tunan decreed it best that only one force control the crossing. Yeah. We're going to give it to the disfavored. The disfavored placed a modest garrison in the settlement of Lethian's Crossing. Though the force was larger than might be needed to police the small settlement, protecting the forge-bound ironsmiths became the true agenda of the defense force, as these magical craftsmen kept the disfavored invasion force suited in iron. Relieved at the departure of the Scarlet Chorus, the citizens of Lethian's Crossing felt they got at least the least of two burdens. You received word from Graven Ash thanking you for your decision. The forge bound in their weaponry could not be entrusted to the voices of Nerit. Man, this is a lot of exposition before the game. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's cool. I don't think I've seen something do quite this much up front. It is a lot, though. Now, it gave me the option to skip this, so it's my own choice that we're doing this, so I don't hold it against them. With the mercenaries expelled and Lethian's Crossing under new leadership, Kairos' forces congratulated themselves on bringing order to the settlement and guaranteeing a productive flow of resources. Over the course of this diversion, the army front advanced further into the tiers. Your skills were needed in the realms of Azure, Stalwart, or the Vellum Citadel. Yeah, I hope they use this stuff. The only thing I'm worried about is that we're going to do all of this and it's going to go in a journal entry somewhere in a codex that we'll never ever read. But hopefully if they pull it into the story and it impacts what's happening. I also hope that I remember what I was doing. But it kind of helps if you just are doing it like in character, you can assume what your character would have done, and that way you don't have to remember specifically what you did because you know what you would have done based on the way that your character acts. Okay, we need to go to one of these three choices. Subjugate the nation of Azure. Okay, yeah, that's where we went. Subjugation sounds right up our alley. Okay, we're in the third year of the conquest, and it's coming to a close. The nation of Azure, once the richest settlement of the tiers, sat on a verdant, fertile plain. As the disfavored clashed with Azure's defender, the Scarlet Chorus contended against the region's tribal beastmen, who protected their ancestral lands with incredible fury. Kairos dispatched the Archon Cairn to break the stalemate and force Azure into submission. The colossal man of stone and flesh arrived as instructed, but earning his cooperation was a tall order, even for you. Exactly. Imagine role-playing in an RPG. What does this world come to? After a roaming pack of beastmen slaughtered a disfavored patrol. Okay, so we got to pick either a beastman or we've got to take out. Okay, let's see what this does. I'm interested mostly just by this artwork. Cairn, the Archon of Stone, carved a deadly path through Azure, using his powers to blight the land. The Scarlet Chorus complained that his tactics left no farmland to feed the growing army. Since Cairn marched, the disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus held the Legion responsible for the destruction and lost harvests. Order the disfavored to replace the destroyed farmland. No. And the Scarlet Chorus need to shut up. there are costs. We're in a war. You ruled that the Archon of Stone may do as he wishes with the soil being its natural master, and instructed the Scarlet Chorus to better control their numbers and plan better for the lean seasons. Yeah, I mean, I'm guilty. Or even better, you've got like, oh, I'm playing an evil campaign. Which one of these is going to give me evil points? At least just enough so I can equip that evil piece of armor that I got. I think I need 47 evil points. But if I go over 50, I won't be able to hold this sword that I found. So, got to keep it in that range. But the disfavored argued that Karen's tactics were a small price for the rapid conquest of such a large area. I agree. And you wholeheartedly agree. Though you attempted to reason with the Scarlet Chorus, they refused to limit their numbers, insisting strength in numbers was their core tactic, and your proposal insulted their values. The disfavored, however, were emboldened by your ruling, and Karen's mighty onslaught continued apace. I absolutely did that exact scenario when I was playing Knights of the Old Republic. I like to play more of a neutral character, but the neutral characters didn't have a lot of cool stuff. You had to go one side or the other. Although, it's weird, I could play the evil side just fine when I was younger. And now, for some reason, when I play these things and you have like clear moral choices, you're like, do you murder this woman and her family? Or do you let them live? And like you get good points for not killing them for no reason. You know, like I can't bring myself to do the evil things just to get the evil points. I don't know what happened. I got soft. The Archon of Stone went missing during the campaign. As disfavored mages busied themselves with the search for Cairn, the Scarlet Chorus forced the mages into combat against their will, during which 2 were slain. Furious at the waste of trained specialists, the disfavored demanded that the Scarlet Chorus be punished. Oh yeah. Punish them. The disfavored demanded that you liberate the captive mages, and those who had forced them into battle made their slaves. That's funny. Okay. Yeah. To make the regular people slaves. Yeah, I have a family now. I'm married. We're not. We've only been married for a little bit, so we're enjoying being without children for the meantime. It'd be hard to do this kind of stuff with kids. It's that catharsis of doing. Okay. The mages thanked you for their freedom, and as recompense they gave them the Scarlet Chorus soldiers who enslaved them in the first place. New haulers and research assistants were appreciated among the ranks, and the boost in productivity more than compensated for the losses suffered in the battle. The voices of Neret let his displeasure be known. If the mages were so easily taken, they deserved better leadership. Oh, is he going to try to, like, overthrow this unit? The Archon of Stone made brazen declarations that Kairos had no claim to rule the Tiers. Soon afterward, word arrived that Kairos would dispatch this rebellious minion with an edict. Is that a thing? Kairos' most powerful magic is that of the edict. Commandments cast upon the whole region that could control and destroy man and nature alike. Oh, that's cool. And it's like that the Jim Butcher series where they have the spirits that live in the land, and whoever's in charge of the government also gets the power of all of those spirits. It's a good book. Not saying it's because yeah, no, I know. That's why we're like, yeah, we're not sure that kids are gonna happen just because they're dicks, and you can't. What do you do? Just tell the kid, hey, stop being a dick? Like, at some point they'll get to the point where they're like, oh, I think I'm a dick, and they'll stop being that way, but they'll be like 20 something. So no, not Dresden Files. It's Codex Alera. I actually haven't read the Dresden Files. It is my wife's favorite book series, but I just couldn't get into it. I got like 5 books in, and I like other Jim Butcher books, so it's not him. Okay. And okay, there's a lot of stuff happening in here. We do actually need to read it. The disfavored took solace in knowing the edict was coming, and the commanders petitioned you to be the bearer of justice. Tunan selected you as for the honor of proclaiming Kairos' edict of stone, a magical spell with the power to destroy the Archon. As he sensed his approaching doom, Cairn began an assault on Plainsgate, the largest human settlement of the area. It fell to you to send Kairos' forces into a suicidal mission to halt Cairn's destruction while you completed the proclamation of the edict. Yeah, I don't know if I have the patience for that. That's really why I'm like, maybe by the time I'm older, I will have the kind of patience required to guide a child. It's not who I am yet, though. Knowing there was little chance of survival, you ordered the disfavored to march against the Archon of Stone as he neared the city of Plainsgate. You hoped that the elite of Kairos' armies would delay Cairn long enough for you to read the Overlord's edict. Do we send the soldiers? Yeah, no, we need to send all of the armies against him. Yeah, we'll send all of them. Oh. That's cool. Yeah, no, if you haven't read it, the Codex Alera is a little rough because it's got like this kind of like hard magic system where they describe very clearly how these like spirits are used to like, it's basically like bending, like Avatar the Last Airbender kind of stuff, but they're using the spirits in the inanimate objects. I don't know. Anyways, they describe like this hard rule set, and then they kind of break it as the books go on, and I think it's a little rough in that area, but the battles and stuff are super good. I hope so. Do you have kids? I mean, it sounds like you have kids, that you're still in that cute phase, hoping that they stop being assholes. Okay. With the lands blighted and unrecognizable, the realm of Azure was left utterly ruined by the events of the war. In times to come, the Tears would call this blasted region the Stone Sea, for the treacherous rock formations and persistent quakes became the defining features of this once verdant land. The Scarlet Chorus established a sprawling camp in the scattered, rocky terrain and quickly absorbed those displaced by the upheaval of the land. These hapless refugees were put to work as slaves and soldiers, and the Chorus slowly built themselves a makeshift fortress in the blighted, quake-ridden realm. Your tour of duty in the broken lands of Azure was complete. You didn't have long to rest before Tunan called you into service once more. Oh, yeah. See, that I could do. That would be fun. I'm the oldest of my siblings, though, so if we'll probably be the first ones if we decide to. Okay, you've reached the end of Kairos' conquest. Do you want to erase or continue? Yeah, we can stand by our choices. Things could have been much worse. Yeah, Uncle would be fun though, just
The
because
year is
you get to play
431,
with him. I
and
would even do,
Kairos'
like,
invasion
babysitting
has
would be
shattered
fun.
all major opposition in the tiers. The
But it would
younger
be in
realms, the
bursts, you know?
bastard tier, the
At
free
the end of the day,
cities.
you still get to take them
All
home.
who defied Kairos
And then
lay
you
broken
sleep
by battle or
uninterrupted.
bowed in surrender. The two armies of the Overlord, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, now control our lands. But our will is not yet extinguished. Not entirely. In the Valley of Vendrian's Well, those of us unwilling to bow to Kairos have banded together
Only when
in
my
defiance,
sisters piss me off.
violating an oath of surrender from 2 years
Sabotage their
prior.
families.
We have staged a
God.
bloody uprising, murdering the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus garrison in a midnight assault. With their main forces spread across the tiers, the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus redeploy to Vendrian's Well to crush the resistance. But months pass with no definitive battle. As disagreement and discord paralyze the Archons, we bide our time and wait for our message of insurrection to spread across the tiers.
Yeah, exactly.
The Overlord is not amused, and Kairos has one message for the Archons: crush the Oathbreakers or die. Kairos backs this threat with an edict, a magical commandment that can slay all in the valley should the order be ignored.
Oh shit.
The honor of proclaiming this edict fell to you. Sent across the mountains to Vendrian's Well, you carry the Overlord's edict to read before the Archons.
Okay,
As
so
you finally make your way through the winding mountain passes into the valley, the ground trembles, and Kairos' magic seals the way behind you. You are trapped in Vendrian's Well, with Kairos' armies and the Oathbreakers. The only way to survive is to fulfill the terms of the Overlord's edict, in any way that you can.
Oh, shit. Okay. So, we're still in... Alright, we're going to have to adjust our headcanon here for our character. He can't have retired to the countryside because we're clearly still in the middle of this war that I was just leading. And I have a magic nuke that I need to run into the center of this country and kill everyone with, is what it sounds like. But that is a great reason for him to go into exile afterwards. All right. Kairos, the Overlord be praised. When I heard the avalanche, I feared the valley was sealed with you on the other side. The disfavored warrior claps her gauntlet to her breastplate, the traditional salute of her legion. The commander wouldn't say why the governor of Lethian's Crossing would be coming, but since we have no forges here, I imagine you're here to knock some sense into the voices of Nerat. She catches herself, clearing her throat with a smile. I mean, meditate with the Archons, so that we might agree on a plan to wipe out these Oathbreakers. The Overlord sealed the valley. Oh yes. Your senses see more than mine, good Fatebinder. I do not pretend to know much about such things, but if that were Kairos' magic, you're here on important business. Well, you don't have to be the Archon of Secrets to guess that, and you're here to proclaim an edict. What does Kairos have in store for the enemy? 10 years of festering plague? An edict of twisted bones? Oh yeah. Just zero subtlety. No people skills. Okay. The edict is leveled against us. Her eyes widen in fear. Her posture slackens. But the Scarlet Chorus prevents us from taking action. Why would the Overlord punish both of us? She clears her throat with a sigh. Forgive me, it is not my place to question. We should have conquered the enemy within weeks of arriving in the valley. The delay reflects poorly on all of us. I'm just going to glare at her. She knows what's going on. Okay, well, making friends wherever I go. Well, you traveled a long way. I won't keep you further. I'm sure the Archons still want to hear from you, Et. Her voice falls silent, her attention snapping eastward with alarm. Did you hear that? More runners. Third time this week. The Oathbreakers keep trying to send messages through the mountains to gather help from the outside the valley. She points over the collapsed path by which you arrived. But they're a bit too late for that now. Come, let's show these Oathbreakers a good fight. All right. Now, I heard weird things about the combat in this game. But so far, it just looks like Pillars of Eternity, so I know it's in that same engine. Tyranny uses a pausable real-time combat system, blah, blah, blah. Your character can always perform basic attacks with their equipped weapons. Oh, and we do have an auto attack with the staff. Cool. Ability bar displays our hotkeyed abilities. All of your character's abilities, skills, be selecting the character, acting on a frame. Okay. Oh wow, this is a very dense UI. Okay, we've got shortcuts for common skills. And okay, we're gonna go ahead and cast this on him. Can I do this? Oh, it's short range. All right, well let's go ahead and swap to our mace. I can't change equipment during abilities. Am I casting an ability?
Sorry.
Okay.
Can't.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes. And we're going to go ahead and do this. Cast number 2 on him.
On it.
How long does it take? Okay. That was a very unimpressive spell.
Will do.
0 visual effects after the cast. All right, hit him again. Get some loot. Don't mind if I do. Got a whetstone. Potion of protection. Okay. Talent points. 6 categories of talents developed in character: leadership, defense, power, agility. Okay. With each level, you gain 1 point to purchase a talent from any of these categories. Okay. Do I have talent points right now? That is very cool looking. Is it animated? Oh, man. Okay. How did it get to this? So far, she seems cool with it. I mean, I was already playing the video games. It's a little more disruptive because you have to play in larger sessions. But I mean, it's still just for fun. So, and I was gonna be playing stuff in the evenings anyways. Usually, I like to play late at night, and she goes to bed pretty early, so it honestly doesn't really disrupt too much. I think it'll be a little bit of a balancing trick though, because not being able to like get up and respond to things and trying to block off large chunks of time like this is kind of a logistical problem, but so far it's so good. She's been wanting to start up a YouTube channel to like build furniture and things, so she can share some of the like the mic and stuff. So hopefully she'll get some use out of this as well. Should be vigilant and deal with the remaining Oathbreakers in the pass. Okay, so these are the rebels, I'm guessing. Yeah, I mean, I think we've been together 6 years, but back before that, I definitely had some people just have a very negative opinion of video games. So back when I was dating, some people were definitely Like, it's a waste of your time. Why do you play that? Like, you could be doing so many other things with your time. Like, well, some people watch TV. I think that's a huge waste of time. Just the commercials alone, like, kill me inside. Yeah. Having to, like, lock the doors and I'm going to be completely AWOL and unavailable for the next 3 hours. Normally I don't stream very long, though. It depends. Yeah, like football. I like going to football games very occasionally, but it is mostly just to hang out with people, you know? But watching stuff, the people that watch it religiously, like, they're spending so much time doing that. Okay. From what happened, the runners are instructed to escape the valley, drum up support for the Oathbreakers' cause elsewhere in the tiers. Okay. Okay, we're gonna flatter this lady just a tiny bit. Okay. You're almost to your destination. Once you clear the passive enemy, head south. Alright, let's go. Alright, shove this out of the way. You can squeeze through a narrow gap. Oh, do I need to choose how I do this? I am not athletic enough to shove the boulder myself. Here we go. Alright, we're going to debuff you real quick. And smack him with the big stick. Okay. Do we have any fun attacks that I can do? Cleave. It's multiple enemies. I don't need to... Okay, we'll use this. I've only got one spell. I am using the magic, I swear. Oh, we've got Searing Pain as well. Oh, that's fun. There we go. That one has a lot more oomph to its special effect, too. Okay, come on, come on. Give me some abilities. I'm gonna go ahead and...
Sorry, can't.
Okay, she's already dead. We'll cast it on this guy.
Right.
Give me that Searing Pain again. Am I just missing my melee attacks, or is it just really, really slow? I kind of want to look and see... I'm trying to cast... Yeah, there we go. Here. While we have him here, I'm going to do... Let's swap back to my staff. I just want to see how much damage this does when we hit. You know, it's doing just as much as that mace is. So we'll use this unless they get too close. I guess we'll take it for money. What's up, buddy? You fought good. Don't bother with me. Get down to the pass. Drastus. The soldier clutches his gut and winces. You can see a hint of entrails between his fingers. Yeah, I don't have time for this. Yeah, let's get going.
Can't do that.
One thing that is fun about playing less than benevolent characters is when some little old lady's like, I need you to bring me 5 mushrooms from the woods. You're like, fuck you. I'm not going to bring you any goddamn mushrooms. I got shit to do. And it's right. But when you're playing like... the perfect Mr. Benevolent, you feel like you have to do that stuff.
Try and catch me, worm.
Young Scarlet Fury weaves around the Vendrian guard, attackers avoiding their weapons with fluid grace. She nods to acknowledge you. Alright. This one's crazy. Too much lead in her water. We better cut our losses and turn back now.
Fate finder. Here at last. Here to join me in putting these cowards out of their misery.
Oh yes. Let's fight.
Look.
Okay. She's already beating on this one, so we'll help take him out. Oh, we've got a partner now. Nice. Okay, let's knock somebody down. We'll knock him down. We'll see how...
Future corpse.
What are you doing, dude? What the hell are you doing? Go stand here and shoot your wand.
Try that again.
Okay. Coordinate with verse to knock your target. You also have this ability? Is this... Oh. I'm just an idiot. Okay, we've got burning iron. It's useful for bows. Well, we're not using a bow right now, so not much use to me. Let's get in here with our axe thing. We finally have a reason to use it. No. Come over here, dude. Okay, yeah. Engage, and we're going to use our cleave ability.
Sorry, can't.
What? No. Do it. Nice. Okay, we're going to light this guy on fire. Okay, she can finish that one off. I'm going to come mess with this guy. I feel like his javelin is going to be less effective if we close quarters with him.
Right.
Ooh. Okay, so we can do good damage with the hammer, like better damage than we do with the wand.
In a diplomat's tent.
If only she knew.
I'm Verse, by the way. But there are more important things to take care of than introductions.
Oh, cool.
Those
That means
Vendrian
she's
Guard
part of
people
my
didn't
party,
come
I'm
alone.
guessing. More important things. All right, let's fight first. We'll talk
Eager.
afterwards.
I like that. Before we go, you might search among the remains of our fallen comrades. Wherever they're bound, I doubt they'll miss their boots. No reason to pity the fallen. Before long, we might wish we'd joined them here. But at least we'll enjoy heavy pockets and warm
Well,
towels.
nice. I was thinking that the characters wouldn't be voiced since the first one, but
For the voices of Neuron!
that must have only been for like secondary characters. So, all of it looks like we're gonna have voice acting for the main party. What is this? Leather? I don't know how to equip it. Probably like that. How do we equip? Whatever, we'll figure it out in a second. Okay. And we'll take these potions. Anything else? Nice. It does that thing where you loot in an area. I really appreciate that. Okay, something about talent points. Spell creation. Oh, man. Talents. So, for you, I've got one talent point. Can I... That's how many I've spent so far. Okay. How many do I have? I want better magic. Right now we only have... No, we can't do anything in here yet. I'll wait until that comes up in a tutorial or something. You too. Come on. Let's get going. Shit. 5 of them? Okay. Eyes forward, no looking back. The Vendrian Guard warrior roars with his falx head high, his words largely lost over the din of combat. Stand aside, or your funeral will be over the side of the bluff. Seeing you squarely in his path, the soldier points his weapon your way. I applaud your bravery, but I'm no. Yeah. Oh, thank God. Okay. This is my people. Run down the Oathbreakers. Let none escape. From the red mob of reinforcements from the south, a blood chanter emerges at the head of the rabble, the ornamental crest of her staff pulsing with crimson tones. Signing sigils of magic, wordlessly moving her mouth, the blood chanter scribes a series of spells into the air. A red glow surrounds the Vendrian Guard warriors as the chanter's magic worms its way into their minds, blinding them with rage.
trouble.
Okay. Companion Verse has joined your party. Capable warrior, skilled with melee and ranged. Alright. Need to balance your strengths against the strengths of your character. Be successful in combat. Okay. So they have an AI. Click to toggle party AI. Okay, yeah, we're going to leave that on for her. And unless I need to, I'm sure that there will be fights that I need to micromanage her, but I think for this early area, we're probably okay. Let's go ahead and come back to using our staff. We're going to try to power down this guy right here.
Await my signal.
Nice. Okay. And let's beat the hell out of him. Okay. Now what's the range for Searing Palm? Wow, she is really beat up right now. Okay, we're gonna debuff him. He's almost dead. Oh, that was dumb. Should have just helped fight. Come quick, we have a situation on the cliffside. They have the commander. Okay. Like, screw the commander. We got people, dead bodies to loot. It's priorities, man. Alright, we'll take the bronze dagger. We'll do some equipping once we find a quiet area. Who's this guy? This is a coward. Yeah, it's a coward. Okay. Got some nice heavy bronze greaves. No, buddy. You're gonna die. Stow your weapons, or we'll find out how long a man screams before hitting the ravine down below. Cornered between a precipitous drop and a band of angry soldiers, the Oathbreaker warrior holds a disfavored officer at knife point. I mean, he knows we're not going to let you live just because you have a hostage soldier. He signed up for this. Skewer him. Worry not for me. Graven Ash will protect. The disfavored officer winces, blood seeping from the seams of his bracer, and curious. You heard the man. He plainly invited you to use that little blade of yours. What are you waiting for? Permission from your pimp? This blade, with a jerk of the knife, he slices off a clump of Drastus's matted hair. If you're so eager to see your ally dead, just step closer. Okay, yeah, we're... I'm not the negotiating type. Okay. You are Drastus. Let him die. Yes, let's see the Graven Ash protect him. The blood chanter smirks, making slicing gestures with her hand across her neck. Death to Kairos, death to the Archons. The moment Drastus's body falls to the ground, the disfavored soldier pounces forward, quickly reducing the Oathbreaker to a bloody mess. Okay. Drastus's death will be a setback. He was a fine steward of the steadfast. Aurora swallows, her lip pursed in anger. But with the losses we've sustained in this war, I am the next in command. I will aspire to be half the leader Drastus was. Okay. One of the soldiers found some mage blather on the Oathbreakers. Aurora holds up a rolled sheaf of parchment. I figured you being trained in letters could perhaps... Aurora looks down at the papers, her face blushing, and quickly thrusts the sheaf at you. Really? Repeating the same messages in different written scripts, the parchment helped explain the Vendrian Guard's desire to overthrow Kyros's Archons and rout their armies from the tiers. The pages aren't addressed to any specific reader, rather openly invites all who remain loyal to the younger realms to gather at Vendrian's Well. Okay, it's recruitment papers. The Archons are expecting you at the disfavored war camp. When you are ready to leave, exit by the southeast gate and keep going that way through the foothills. Got it. Wait. There's just a little bit of glitter on that body. Oh, that's not us running away. Cool. Gotta loot. Quick finger bangles. Nice. Okay, what does haste do? Quickness. Okay. And we got some kind of two-handed... it looks like a heavy sword of sorts. Okay. I think that we're skilled with two-handed weapons. And we got a scroll. Verse lore 20. Well, if we give this to him, he's able to use this. Distant impact. What does it do? Which is used in spells that... Oh, no, this is some kind of crafting mechanic, I guess. Oh, that's right. So you can make spells. So I guess, are these all sigils? Lesser sigil of reaching grasp. Nice. Okay. So I'm going to be able to store these away and use them in the future. Okay. Well, we want to take that heavy weapon and give it to him because she doesn't know how to use it. I also want to give him the heavy boots. She might want that bronze dagger, though. Let's check out the full inventory screen. Okay. Yeah, we'll give that to you. What does your dagger look like? Red Rivers. Common. Can we get some kind of... Yeah, okay. So we... Oh, this is just junk anyways. Now for you, though, we've got a one-handed phalanx. Yeah, we'll have to find where it's described what his skills are. Yeah, here we go. Weapon skills. Two-handed weapons. One-handed weapons. So my skills are in two-handed weapons, but they only gave me a one-handed mace. I'm going to go ahead and... Do we have... Here we go. Oh, it is two-handed. Just kidding. It's devastating. Okay, and the DPS is shown on the tooltip. 5.71 versus... Okay, we're going to stick with what we got. And... Is this going to do anything for me? I don't know if there's any reason why using light armor is better for a mage. Other than it doesn't require... strength. Usually games fall into one of those two categories, right? Where you either get an active debuff because you are using heavy armor. Thinking it's whatever this recovery stat is. So let's check that out. Recovery is the amount of time that character spends between actions. Okay, yeah, so it's a speed thing. The more light armor that we have, the faster we're going to be able to cast spells. Okay. Well, I might still beef him up at least into some medium armor. I don't know. I'm torn. Let's check her out, and I think that this would be better. Opportunist. Yeah, this is much, much better. Can I double-click equip? Sure can. And she's got a cool hat now. I'm going to go ahead and give this to this guy. He's going to wear at least some heavy armor. It's 0.5, so I still don't have any armor stat, but anything else in here? Just some fruit. Stick it in the general supply. Okay. All right. This is the coward. Fatebinder. What an honor to have one of Tunan's court visit our humble holdfast. Are you some kind of shopkeeper? Okay. Let's see. Asked her if she has proper authority to like handle these things. Okay, a cursory read indicates this merchant is granted with the unlimited right to trade in logistical capacity. When not supporting an active battle, she has a right to trade grain, copper. Okay. So I can lie to her and try to steal some stuff, but that's okay. We're not going to sabotage our own troops. Let's see if she has anything I want. Now, just some... It looks like all of the starter items. It gives you an opportunity to trade out. Like, maybe you decide, I don't like this giant war mace that I'm carrying around. I do like my war mace, so that's not my problem. The only thing, I'm not sure that I like light armor, though. Might do a mix of light and heavy armor. Okay, where did we need to go? How does the map look in this game? Over here. The enormous mini-map that is already visible. Chat log, combat log. Just got M? Okay. Oh, that's right. It's this kind where it's like painted on. Where do they want us to go? I've got a journal somewhere. Travel to the disfavored camp. Make your way southeast through the Edgering Fort and travel to disfavored camp. Okay. Down here, I'm thinking. Oh, there's... Okay. Here we go. Let's talk to this guy real quick. Nope. Nothing to say to me. Who's this guy? Hail, Fatebinder. The disfavored scout nods at your approach. Camp's up on ahead. Don't mind us, just clearing the rabble. I still don't understand what I've done to offend. I respect that these are now disfavored lands. I'm happy to give the Legion a proper toll, but she's going on about trading rights. What nonsense is that? I'm not allowed to trade one thing for another? It's not like I'm selling weapons to angry peasants or anything of the sort. I am the worst kind of person. Not us, not our problem. Maybe march your butt to Bastard City and plead your case before Tunon. But we'll lighten your burden and relieve you of your wares first. That should make the long trip a little bit more bearable. Okay. Yeah. Oh, well, I'm a judge, so I can stand in for this. Okay. So it looks like he stole this recipe from something. And he's now executed. Oh, shouldn't have stolen from the military, buddy. It was your privilege to be living in these lands. Slow down a moment. I know we're both eager to watch the Archons bicker over tactics like a pair of magpies, but I need to ask you something first. The voices of Nerat told me that you've come as a mediator. Considering the source well, I can't help but feel I'm hearing only half the story. So let's have it out. What's so special about you? Yeah. I'm just going to tell them I'm here with an edict. That makes a crazy kind of sense. Considering how long the siege has taxed the armies, I can understand why Kairos would send you with an edict to speed things along. Have you read it? Do you know what it says? That is not for you to know. Oh. Ooh. So earlier we got we gained wrath with another character, but now we're gaining fear. So I'm thinking that is it just not a slider of being like in good favor or bad? That's pretty cool. If you're telling the truth, I suppose I'll hear about it soon enough. She nods to herself. Why is she says, what has the voices of Neret told you? Only that I could find you in the Edgering ruins. Truthfully, I could have picked you out of a crowd. You're the only one of us who hasn't spent the last few months bathing in the stink of the Matani River. She laughs, but there's a forced nature to it. Yeah, gained more fear. One last thing, be careful around those disfavored types. They take their work seriously, and most have suffered too many blows to the head. Who do we have here? Step closer and present yourself. Well, look at you. Our gate crasher from the court is still in one piece. The guard pounds his chest plate in salute. Welcome to the disfavored camp. Always happy to have an honored ally pay a visit. Graven Ash protects. That he does. The warrior nods in approval, then taps twice on the gate to signal your arrival. Be well, Fatebinder. Glory to Kairos. Hail to you, guardian of the law. A man dressed in merchant finery greets you with a smile. If you have a few excess rings weighing you down, best unburden yourself before battle. Well, I can check out what he's got. I'm not looking to sell rings, I'm looking to buy them. No. Well. So what is food for? Do we need food? No, it's a buff kind of thing. Okay. See what's going on in here. Ooh. Bitter quip. Glory to the voices of Narat. Projecting his salutation for all to hear, the grinning blood chanter raps his staff against the ground as you approach. Fatebinder Baleth, I presume. His smile quickly retreats, giving way to a sour scowl. I am Bitter Quip. I'm here as the emissary of the Scarlet Chorus. What can you tell me of the Scarlet Chorus? The chorus is the future of the tears. I feel only derision and pity for those who feel our inevitable ascension. Bitter Quip looks at you with a raised eyebrow. What in particular would you like to know? Well, okay. I'm kind of interested in what the blood chanters do. I'm a blood chanter. My magic can turn the will of a man in the tide of battle. I've held command for 3 years now, though being forced to keep an eye on disfavored is not the reward I had envisioned for my service thus far. Okay.
I'd say that's worth a second glance.
The Archons await you inside. Okay. It's time to deliver our edict. Yesterday you chid me for wishing to wait. Now you suggest an even longer delay. Who is this? Graven Ash. Okay, yeah, he's it.
That's 4 reports of avalanches in the mountains now. The Tearsmen can barely count past 9. They have neither the capacity nor the cause to close off the mountain passes. Either way, that leaves the 2nd and 4th cohort trapped outside the valley.
Or it's the work of your perfidious Earthshakers. Only a fool would not suspect a traitorous Archon of poisoning the mind of his students with sedition. We would have killed the Earthshakers Guild for their master's treachery, but I'm sure you have some perfectly valid reason for allowing them to live as your pawns.
Hey, watch yourself. When these two get going, you don't want to get between them.
I always know you've run out of things to say when you resort to mocking my vassals. If we are to speak of treachery, why is it that my scouts see the Scarlet Chorus warriors defecting back to the Vendrian Guard? Your fearsome reputation has gone flaccid, for it seems you cannot control your soldiers, or perhaps you simply choose not to.
My lords, the Fatebinder has arrived. The disfavored commander raises her voice, trying with little success to speak over the Archons. Perhaps we could table this discussion and let our guests speak?
Speaking of strategic failures, who was it that insisted the valley would need only a token garrison? For some strange reason, we can't seem to recall which balding halfwit grossly underestimated the enemy. Thoughts?
And I thought you had left agents within these Tearsmen when they surrendered. Either you failed to see this coming, or you knew and let it happen.
Oop. Seem to be having a problem.
Over it.
We look forward to seeing you explain to Tunon why the Archon of War could not close the vice on this trivial little insurgency. When we are crowned the ruler of the Tears, we shall have this place renamed to Ash's Folly in your honor.
They bicker like children, do they not? The fifth eye's grating tenor pierces the tension in the tent, and all eyes land on the crimson spear. I meant only to say welcome. Welcome to our guest, the Fatebinder. The armored retainer bows and with rushed inelegance, then rises to a salute. And not a moment too soon. Governor Baleth, long have we been honored by your iron. Now we are honored by your presence. I must apologize for my lord's tempers run high of late. And I'm just going to glare at them. And I gained wrath
you could join us,
with
Quickbringer,
everyone.
Executioner of care. You grace us with your presence. He's hoping you have another edict for bringing childish Archons to heel. We were worried you'd never make it. So glad that Drostus' demise didn't cause further delay.
How did you know about Drastus? I only just... Okay. And we don't care about Drastus. Are you all done bickering? I have an edict
Dear
to
Binder,
proclaim.
we won't be done bickering until the last of Ash's hair falls out. We'll pause for you to read your little missive. Go on, don't keep us all in suspense.
I can't wait to tell this guy that he's going to die if he doesn't do exactly what he said.
Once again, you bring us support in a time of need. We fondly remember your service to the chorus in the taking of the Bastard City. We knew back then you were destined for great things. But we had not anticipated you would be twice honored with the task of proclamation. So, do not keep us waiting. What is the Overlord's will?
In honor of your incompetence and disarray, the edict will execute every living thing in this valley unless Ascension Hall is taken by Kairos' Day of Swords. No, we'll just read it the way that it is written. The earth sways with each word you utter, the air thickening with warmth as you pronounce the tersely phrased commandment. It's every syllable drafted by the hand of Kairos. With the edict proclaimed, your pulse quickens, and the muscles in your legs, worn from a long trip down the mountains, feel renewed, the tired limbs now nearly buoyant with vigor.
The Overlord means to compel us into action. No doubt the avalanches in the mountains are part of this ultimatum. We must conquer the Oathbreakers or die in failure. There is no room for error, and no other way out of this valley alive. We'll need to advance across the Matani. We lose everything if we stand still. And we move to back up Plan Green. The Earthshakers didn't make it over the mountain in time. So we do this the hard way. Over the walls instead of through.
So, you found your backbone at last! Oh, we were worried past humiliations would make you soft, timid. That was a record for you, right? The baker's dozen lost in one sortie. If you had waited for the chorus reinforcements, maybe we'd have eyes and ears on the matter. Daft? Only fools hate their lives enough to insult our intellect. But, our dear Binder, your invective is not without purpose. Each moment we waste, death by edict draws closer. Graven Ash, we leave you to tackle the river.
I think there's a big
The
loophole
chorus will
in
scour the
this
outer valley.
this edict, and that's they could just leave the valley.
So that is what it takes
And they
to
wouldn't
get you
die.
to agree to a plan of action. The threat of death? You place the Overlord in this position with your incessant arguments, but now we've actually agreed to do something. Kairos be praised.
My Lord Barrick and his band have drilled on the Echo Hall assault plan. The Crescent Runners should be briefing him as we speak regarding the latest enemy movements along the river. I will dispatch him at once. The Iron Marshal salutes, clapping our gauntlet to our breastplate. And I will ensure the chorus stands ready to march. If the disfavored can take the river, the chorus has the manpower to secure the outer ring of the valley.
Our soldiers clamor for battle, and at last we shall have it. Verse, we command you to continue guarding the Fatebinder. Tunon's Chosen is our honored guest, and must be shown our finest hospitality.
I won't let you down, boss. He'll get through the campaign in one piece.
He
as long
sounds
as he doesn't do
so
anything
sincere.
Too stupid.
Finally, the fool and his puppet are gone. Perhaps now I can hear myself think. Rarely do I question Kairos' judgment, but I will never understand why the voices of Narot is given such authority. I shudder to think what will become of us all should Tunon favor him in the end. Though the edict threatens the Scarlet Chorus just as it threatens us, I cannot shake the feeling that our allies will work against us. You've shown your worth in war, and your name has been known to the Legion since the very beginning of this long conquest. So I'd ask that you join us this one last time, to help us wrap up this last objective. If you
Can I
wish to be
choose
counted
not
amongst
to?
the glorious, speak with the Iron Marshal. She will direct the order of battle
I mean,
until we are ready for the
Okay,
final
my
push
character
into the
would
city.
want to go into the fight, but if he had any kind of sense, he would just leave. He doesn't have to die here with all the rest of them. I'm short a few scouts, short a few soldiers, short a few everything. I'm sure my brethren would be grateful for the assistance of a skilled outsider. Okay. Yeah, we can help out. I'm gonna help the disfavored. The other guy got on my nerves. She pauses, clearing her throat. And though I'm loath to mention it, the chorus can likely use your assistance. They certainly won't secure the Outer Valley on their own. Fifth Eye will be somewhere in that rat's nest they call a camp due east. Seek him out if you must. Okay. Yeah. So this is going to be helping both of them move towards... Oh, God. We have 8 days to finish everything? Holy shit. Okay. Does time move when we're just sitting still? I think so. So we need to hustle. Okay. Let's take a look at our journal before we start running around doing stuff. Okay. We need to take the Outer Bailey and speak with Iron Marshal in Arenos at this favored camp. Discuss how you should approach the battle for Echo Call Crossing. Okay, where's this going to be at? Can we find this on our map? Iron Marshal is down here in the corner. Okay, head over here. Oh, we're paused. This looks like our guy. Don't just coddle the impact. Push back with your shield. Take the momentum. Iron Marshal in Rios, field commander of the disfavored, pounds her fist in the air as she calls out to the warriors on the training field. I set eyes on your opponent waistline. If you spend more than a glance checking his footwork, you've lost. The disfavored officer turns to you, adjusting her pale gold surcoat as she clears her throat. You need to stay on top of the troops or their skills will rust. It's for their own good, even if they don't believe it. It was mentioned you're short on warriors and help. What's the situation? Okay. I have brigands amassing along Placid, Echo Call, Little Tooth Crossings, and the Vendrian Guard. May be able to hold one bridge, but they cannot hold against a concerted three-pronged attack. I have no right to give you orders, but... Her words falter, a short cough breaking her flow. But we all die to Kairos' edict, should we fail, so I'm not about to let my pride blind me from the value of good help. Okay. Let's go. I don't need any... I trust that they're right. I don't need their justification for needing to do this thing. Then our plan might just work. The Iron Marshal lifts her gauntlet close to her face, shifting her eyes from you to the metal articulations. We are loath to work with those who do not share our training and our values, but we know that Tunon the Adjudicator selects only the most capable minds for his court. I trust you will honor us all on the field. Antio will be leading the charge at Echo Hall Crossing. Assisting you will be Barrack of the Stone Shields. She points to a heavily armored soldier standing sentry at the edge of the training field. Before you ask, no, the Forge-bound weren't sloshed on Dappleseed when they fitted his armor. He survived the full force of the Edict of Storms, and this armor doesn't exactly come off. Tactically, it's quite brilliant, but otherwise, it's something of a curse. Tapping her helmet twice, Enrios signals the hulking presence. Barrack, come meet the Fatebinder. The soldier steps up to you, better resembles an amalgamation of rusted blades and mismatched pieces of armor fused into a vaguely human shape. He reeks of sweat, feces, and whatever oil treatment keeps him flexible.
Fatebinder, the Iron Marshal has tasked me with keeping you alive, and I have no intention of disappointing her. That should be enough assurance for anyone.
That voice actor is in a different game that I played recently.
Likewise, good binder.
Soldier heaves a heavy iron arm into a salute, his whole body clanging as he wraps his gauntlet against the twisted sheets of metal that form his breastplate.
Barrack, is that you under there? I had no idea you were in Vendrian's well. Fatebinder, do you know this walking anchor?
I know him as well
That
as
can
anyone.
change. When the tiers are fully under our command, I'll take you to whatever passes for a watering hole in this forsaken country. We'll drink the local swill to honor the fallen.
Forget the Fallen. I know a great brothel in Lethian's Crossing where we can watch something rise, then fall, then rise again.
Oh my god. Is that sexual? The Fatebinder will be joining us for the push across the river. I figured an extra hand might help. And more importantly, if my worries come true and the chorus tries to impede the mission, we will have an observer from the court on our side.
Better to work with the honorable binder than some chorus children.
I ask that Barrick accompany you there to arbitrate the cooperation between his company and the Scarlet Chorus. Okay, we have a new place that we can go. That's an order, Barrick. She shakes her head and sighs, returning her focus to you. He can be as stubborn as pulling out a spire out of the earth, but he's a good soldier. I hope you don't mind the company. Yeah, yep. Glad to have him with me. We'll get a little bit of favor for being polite. I'm worried. We were building a backstory of me being a dick, and I'm worried since we're not going to be able to, like, it's not going to be just a backstory. We're in the middle of what I was thinking would be my backstory. So we're going to have to tone down the dickishness a little bit, or I'm going to be unable to do things just because we won't make any friends anywhere. I'm not going to be friendly. Okay. But we're going to have to at least be civil. Okay. Anything else that we need to do down here? Oh, he's got, it looks like, level ups. Cool. Level attribute points. And we can dump these into these things. Yeah, okay. Yes, I played an RPG before. Got. He's supposed to be our fighter type. So we're going to make sure he's plenty strong. Get some extra damage output. Save. Okay, does he have any talents? Yeah, we got a talent point. Okay, so gain a chance to attack enemies as they engage me. Okay. So we get like an extra hit on them. That would be pretty nice. I'm not sure if this is something that we have to activate. We'll have to look at how that works exactly. Okay. It looks like that's the only skill point that's available. Combo abilities. Talents. Striking Iron. No, that's that. Okay. I think it's just a passive that we're going to have all the time. Cool. All right, that'll be useful. So let's go ahead and hit the world map. Yeah. No, if I remember right, this is actually made using, if not the exact engine that they made Baldur's Gate with, it's a like evolution of that engine. So, I mean, that was the whole thing with the game that came before this, which Pillars of Eternity. Its whole Kickstarter campaign was based off of, hey, we're going to use the whatever that engine was and make some more of those old school isometric RPGs. That's far. Aquamarine body paint, boost fitting flanked on either side. Oh, we're getting ambushed. Okay.
In accordance with ancient customs north and south, I offer and request a delay of blade.
Okay, not an ambush.
Matters we must discuss without fear of reprisal.
The woman bows deeply, lowering her head in practiced display of etiquette. The warriors. Okay.
As is our custom, we are ready to kill to defend our lands, but we kill only in fair battle. We don't slay our prisoners. We know this isn't Kairos's way, but we must have hope. A few of my kin have gone missing, and though they may have perished, I have to inquire on the off chance they still live. If Captain Tarkus Deimos still lives, we would negotiate for his release.
I don't know anything about him.
We would offer you 5 choirmen that got lost on patrol. They're healthy, got other limbs too.
I would not have us barter with Oathbreakers. Certainly not for anything less than disfavored life.
You say there's something worth less than a disfavored life. Call me intrigued.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it, so I think we're just gonna fight this lady.
So much for words.
We're
Slay this cantankerous twat.
we're not a great person, but we're very good at our job. Okay, so the character is gone. Alright, there's probably a way that we play this that you like bring peace or something. We're definitely not going to find that ending. Okay, so let's focus you guys. You can engage the javelin thrower. I want you, big guy, to take on this one. Joel. Bang on their shields and armor, harassing the enemy. Target is compelled to attack for sure. Oh, cool. So it looks like this one also has this thing, right? So it's a cast that's done between multiple characters. So the thing you have to keep in mind then is that it's really costing 2 actions to do it, right? Because that's a spell that I'm not casting or magic that I'm not shooting. Okay, we want to cast this. Go ahead and get close. Get up there, guys. Okay, keep shooting. Ooh, good hit. Okay, do you have anything you can use? Skewer.
You got it.
For you, you've got this. Yeah, just smack him real hard. Woohoo! No sparkles. Bummer. Okay, let's stick together, guys. And it looks like we immediately heal at the end of battle. So. Okay, she's got a stance that is equipped. Battle stance. Does he have that now that I unlocked that ability? That doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, I'm just paranoid that we unlocked that ability and then I'm not going to be able to use it because it's not on his hotbar.
Sorry, can't.
Okay, let's get out of here. This is just a little encounter space. We're gonna... How much time does it take to get here? 2 hours and 45 minutes. Yeah, we'll stop at the camp. I just want to run in here and see if we can... The Scarlet Chorus needs help. We're basically just doing an errand to pick up some additional quests before we head out. Who are you talking to? Are you talking to me? It proves everything. The warrior slams her fist together in a resounding clap. Like, for instance, whether you're fit to lead that flock of children. Behind her, the members of her gang posture with weapons at the ready. Did you not hear the news of the edict? This is a foolish distraction. We ought to be saving our fight for the enemy. The chorus warrior looks to his gang, giving them a quick nod. Well, until Fifth Eye starts the mustering chant, we ain't got nowhere to be. She gestures to the gang across her. So now's our chance to have it out before things get serious. Yeah, I do not care about you all. enjoy fighting each other. Wow, that one gang was way better than the other one. Beat the shit out of the others. Past this point is chorus territory, and you don't look like someone's conscript. You sure you're in the right place? His other option. I'm always in the right place. I'm just going to glare at him. Stupid questions don't deserve answers. Sigil of Illusion. Hey, there we go. Illusion magic. I don't know what it's for yet, but figure it out. Spell creation. Okay, so we've got a couple of sigils. Select the core sigil. Sigil of Fire, Sigil of Illusion, Sigil of Atrophy. Now, illusion magic wasn't even an option in the beginning, so I'm kind of wanting to see what we can do with this. Sigil of Focused Intent, Sigil of Distant Impact. I would love to be able to shoot stuff instead of... Oh, wow. Okay. Select range sigil. We've only got one option here. Can we disable it? So if we take this, it increases the range to 10 meters, and the lore requirement for it goes up. But since my caster has enough lore, that's fine. This is cool. This is very neat. So I'm not going to be getting spells, it looks like, through leveling up, which would be typical of this kind of thing. Instead, I'm going to find components that I get to build my own spells out of. Okay, so it does some damage. Like, not very much, but it does some. And it is an area of effect that is 1 meter. Okay, it's a very small thing. Conjure the illusion of an endless black pit beneath the target, convincing them that they are falling to their death. The enemy is left prone until they can make sense of the illusion. This is cool. Okay, can we make this? Give me that. Nice. Now, I don't know how much it's going to cost to cast that, but that is very cool. Oh, and I can rename them if I want to.
On it.
I think the only other game that I've played that had like real spell crafting was Morrowind. You could do it in Oblivion, but it sucked. Okay, do we want this? We'll take it and put it in the bin, if nothing else. Maybe somebody will want it later. Okay, we need to be looking for... Who's our contact in this area? Taking the Outer Bailey. We want to talk to Fifth Eye. Fifth Eye is... How do we... I want to see the names on the map. Okay. Baz, Reg, Fifth Eye. Oh, they're north of us. Okay. Fifth Eye? Snegler Daggett. I should have been able to recognize you. I've seen you several times. The binder of Tunon arrives, squealing with the teenager's timber. The Fifth Eye's voice makes your gums itch and your fingernails feel in need of a trim. And we just finished having a bit of sport with some captives. But don't worry. We'll have more fun with just another batch momentarily. Dressed in the bronze regalia of the Crimson Spears, the Fifth Eye beckons you to stand close, wearing a blood-splattered glove. Now that you've issued this edict and doomed us all to die, have you come to help us climb out of this hole? Chirps of laughter emanate from under his mask. Okay. Not here to follow your every order, but we all need to work together to stop this edict. But of course, you're Tunan's concubine, not mine. I envy your long leash and hope you will grace us with your prowess, if only to set an example for the rabble. We know the Oathbreakers are focused in the citadel beneath the mountain spire, but we have learned this is not their only nest. The fifth eye wags a hand in the air with a high-pitched squeal of displeasure. Given their pattern of attacks, they must have a second group maintaining a camp here in the Outer Valley. And unless we deal with the second group, they'll attack from behind the moment we cross the river. Okay. How large a force for all these weeks, yet you let them... Okay, I'm just going to let him finish his briefing. We don't need to antagonize him. My last group of scouts returned with a new batch of prisoners, and one of these prisoners claimed she could lead us to the Vendrian Guard's secondary camp, though there are shreds of deception in her voice. I could use your help with questioning this Vira Kell. Perhaps you will get less screams and tears and more useful information out of her. If we knew where to ambush the Oathbreakers, we could try to take their captain and show him the wisdom of joining the chorus. Yeah, I'll talk to him. I will meet you there. She's waiting by the other prisoners. Okay. Interrogate Baz, Reg, prisoner Vira. Over there. Okay. It's the one that's not unconscious. Now they're all moving. They're breathing. Filthy mongrels. Where is it? Fifth Eye must permit all prisoner visitations. The Fifth Eye, commander of the local Scarlet Corps, camps. Okay, yeah, we know. Okay, can I talk to them now? Here we go. Please, someone! I wish to bow before the voices of Narat. I thought all could find redemption in the chorus. A woman in the makeshift armor of the Vendrian Guard lurches forward in agony. Her soiled, trembling legs suggest she's been forced to stand for days. This one, he flippantly waves at the prisoner, was hollering earlier that she knows the location of the Vendrian Guard encampment, but she isn't being entirely honest. I told this thing. The prisoner turns pale a moment before a look of determination comes over her voice. That I wanted a guarantee I'd live and be welcomed into the chorus as a captain. Then I'll talk. Otherwise, they'll just kill me once I've opened up. I was dumb enough to join with the Vendrian Guard. I'm not dumb enough to give away my bargaining bronze. Tell me what you know, and I can see to your release. Okay, well, I'm curious why she's not loyal to their rebellion. Because I want to live, and you don't need to be an archon of premonitions to know that the younger realms are gone for good. She blinks several times, catching her breath. Kairos is the new strength of tears, and I would rather stand with his archons than be crushed by them. Yeah, we can do that. Start talking now. Well, you see, shaken by your demand, her lips move wordlessly for several seconds. So I don't know where exactly the rest of my crew is, but I can tell you, she shakes her head, catching her breath. Search that one. She reaches up with her right leg and points with her foot, calling attention to the nearby pile of corpses. The tall, dark one, missing most of his face, checking his left boot. He was the literate one in our crew. He had the orders. Okay. Okay. With a snap of his fingers, a pair of choirmen yank the boot off the fallen guardsman. A rolled parchment slides out of the boot. Where was I? Slides out of the boot and is thrust into Fifth Eye's hands. He unfurls the scroll to give it a read. It's nonsense, just a mash of words. Laughter erupts from under the mask. She said she had information. She gives us garbage. Slay this wretch for wasting our time. He snaps his fingers at a nearby Scarlet Fury, who promptly snatches a long knife from her belt. I'm guessing, seeing as you are the expert on the subject of fate, I will entertain your wisdom on the matter. What then would you propose to do with her? This is stupid. She'll just disappear. Why would she stay loyal to us? Yeah, make her kill somebody. Pyra looks at the prisoners, once her allies, and closes her eyes as her bonds are untied. The onlookers snicker and cheer when a heavy rock is placed in her hand. Mouthing something inaudible, she lifts the rock high above her head and smashes it down on the prisoner's skull, wincing back a scream as she hoists the stone over her head a second time to finish the job on the other prisoner. The bloody rock hits the ground and Vyra slumps to her knees in defeat a moment later. Well, I mean, we couldn't just have her wandering around camp armed without knowing that she's going to fight with us. Good, good. Fifth Eye places his bloody hand on the trembling woman's shoulder and nods to her. Welcome to the Scarlet Chorus. Do not fail us. As a pair of soldiers come to lift Vyra, the Fifth Eye turns to you, his voice filled with glee. Where's a slave to clean up the offal when you need it? We're no closer to finding the Oathbreaker's position. Not with this cryptic mess. She promised us answers, and all she gave us was gibberish.
Sorry to interrupt, but I highly doubt it's gibberish. More likely, it's one of the local scripts.
The voice comes from another prisoner tied up next to Vyra, an older gentleman with the quills, ink vials, and parchment scrolls one finds on the sages of the School of Ink and Quill. Ink smudges cover his cheeks, temples, and ears. His clothes appear charred, and between the rips of fabric you spot burn scars along his arms. Despite being emaciated and tied to a post, he offers a beaming smile.
Let me see.
You hold the parchment in front of the bound sage, and his eyes dart down the length of the missive. He reads the words a second time, nodding in silence.
I don't know exactly what it says, but I'm half certain that's Sage Selwyn's handwriting. I'm sure I could decipher that in a few hours' time. Don't need my hands free, but I think better when not tied to a post. I know, I'm weird that way.
A few hours? Either you can read it or you cannot. What use is a sage that doesn't know his letters? I've heard all I need to hear. I say we have some fun with this one. Alright,
I would love to help. I just need some time. That's written in another sage's shorthand. I'd have to sit down with it, or better yet, compare it to a piece of his writing I have stashed on me somewhere. If I sat down with it while sufficiently sober, it's highly probable I'd figure it out.
Sober? Since when do we share the good stuff with the prisoners?
Oh, nobody shared. Right before I was taken prisoner, I imbibed several vials of reagents. I wanted to be numb and disconnected when my captors used me for carnal catharsis. It's made these last few days tied to a post almost enjoyable.
You read the edict. I don't need to tell you the sundial is working against us. This addled old bag is just trying to stall us. Yeah, I mean, it would be... We need to know what it is. Even if he fails, we'll I mean, we can chase other options while he tries. How true. And we shan't put him to waste. He will serve as the most riveting source of amusement as we put him on trial.
Fatebinder, I beseech you, be my advocate for this trial. I'm no fool. I know the chorus uses blood, not words, to settle these matters. But you are a servant of the Archon of Justice, are you not?
Good. I like it when Tunon's puppies get their paws dirty.
I wouldn't mind taking a swing at some loudmouth chorus braggarts myself.
Ooh. Trial by combat. You hear that the brothers and sisters, raising his arms to the sky, this fifth eye roars for all nearby to hear. Trial by combat is upon us. The sage is unbound from the post. Stiff legs nearly buckle as he attempts to walk, and his arms flex and flail in their new freedom. Wiping sweat and grime from his brow, the sage steps closer to you with a nervous smile. Rhythmic roaring and the stomping of hundreds of feet in unison flood the camp. Hordsmen begin to circle and swirl about, brandishing weapons and cheering. If they got this worked up to fight the enemy, I venture the war would be over by now. Begin the chant of gathering. Let the warriors know that tonight's entertainment will soon commence. All right, who do I get to fight? Brothers and sisters, who amongst you sets the standard for strength? Who amongst you will help winnow the weak from the strong? The fifth eye waves his hands in the air, drawing in a gathering of chorus soldiers. Our claimants have been assembled. Now, let the trial of the Oathbreaker begin. Okay. Oh, shoot. He's fighting too? Does he know magic? He's a healer. Fantastic. All right. First things first, I want to try out my new spell, the False Pit. I'm thinking this could be pretty fun. Okay. It only affected one person. We'll need to be able to improve it to do more area of effect, because I mean that's powerful, being able to knock down somebody at range like that. But what does this do? Okay, they have to attack Barrick, which is, I mean, we don't need to do that yet. I'll save that for later. We're gonna use Searing Pain on him. Ooh, wow. Okay, that was very effective. Okay. Shoot, you guys are suddenly very strong. Okay. Can we... I think we can just shoot magic over here. I don't see any reason to... Is he throwing knives? Oh, nice. The healer is on auto cast. That is quick. When did I pick this up? This might be something that I just picked up while leveling. Lantry quickly heals the Faintbinder with a surge of... Oh, no, it comes from the... It's our, like, partner move. Hastened for the duration. Okay, fine. We already won, so... By the righteous shedding of blood, we have found our answer. Regrettably, it appears the sage is worthy of leaving our camp alive. The fifth eye offers a short, mocking bow to Lantry. By the customs set forth by the voices of Nerat, you're free to go, old man. Brag to your grandkids that you fell afoul of the chorus, yet live to tell the tale. Alright, now we see if this old man is worth anything. I think he's going to join me. He's got the icon, so I think he's going to be part of our party. Gracious Fatebinder, the sage holds up his hands, cowering backwards. I am humbled that you would put yourself at risk for me. I assure you, you have my full obedience and cooperation. I thought I'd die tied to that post. The sage looks down at his rope, worn wrist in disbelief. Now, hand me that parchment. I'm certain I can decipher it. Well, much of the parchment was weathered, but I could make out the important parts of the text. The note makes mention of a meeting spot west of Tripnettle. So, the old sage knows his words after all. I'd ask that you travel ahead and see if you can get this Captain Florian to yield to the chorus. They will strike at first sight of a chorus gang, but perhaps they will parley if yours is the face they see. I know the area. I suggest we go at once. I'll show you the way. I'm eager to be far from the stench of this camp. Yeah, why are you coming with me? Because the alternative is, what? Living here with these illiterate brutes? My old study is under a river of fire, and there's no family missing me. Besides, I'd much rather chronicle the binding that twice proclaimed an edict of Kairos. I'd be a fool to let someone else write your story. I want loyalty. If that is your price, I will pay it. I, Sage Lantry of the School of Ink and Quill, do pledge my services in Skyne to the Fate-Bearer, and by extension to the court of Tunon. He dips into a steep bow before rising with a solemn smile. I know that I may seem old and frail, but I know how to step lightly and how not to get killed, really. I won't slow you down. Lead the way and let me know if I can be of service. Are we done here? Let's hide. Oh, this is verse. Well, okay, we don't have a voice for verse, so are we done here? Let's hightail it to Tripnettle. If your pet doesn't behave himself along the way, I'm not above clipping his ears. Okay.
Right.
How much time did we spend here? That's what I want to know. Do you speak? You? As much accusation as a question, the broad-shouldered woman shakes her head with a scowl. So you're Tunon's Fatebinder. I was expecting something more impressive. She bows in spite of her misgivings. Death knell, Scarlet Fury, my time is yours for as long as it amuses me. The fighter effortlessly spins a bronze sword about in her hand. Let's get one thing clear. Stick to your words and law. Leave the fighting to the grown adults. Your corpse would be just a tripping hazard to those of us having a proper bit of carnage sport. We've got enough useless twats dying for our name as it is. All our horde's recruits seem good for, of late, is piling in a shit-reeking mound on a battlefield. She hums low to herself and flips her sword side to side with several deft flicks of her wrist. Keeps up, and we'll have to toughen our recruitment standards again. Yeah, I try and I don't like doing women voices with like trying to imitate a woman's voice. I think it just turns annoying most of the time. I think that's most of the fun that I'm having with the streaming is getting to do like voiced readings of stuff. That's why I've been having fun with Sunless Skies. It's a lot of that same kind of thing. This will be easier though because I have repeating characters. Sunless Skies is kind of a lot of disconnected stories, so a lot of times you meet a character and you have a little interaction with them and then you never meet them again. My voice is also really hoarse today. I think it's because I'm not used to talking this much and I've been streaming all week, so it's either that or I'm getting sick. I'm not sure which. Back over here, mountain defensive posture. Winded, the disfavored commander clutches his blood-stained chest piece as he takes a deep breath, gathering his thoughts. His focus is on the scattered, wounded men around him. He has yet to notice you. Your plan has been a rousing success. Most of our troops dead, a bridge destroyed, and the Vendrian Guard pushed us back where we started. Ladies and gentlemen, the finest the North has to offer. And for your next act, I needed those Furies on point. Don't mock my strategy after working against it. We could have taken them. We tried to rush the western bridge. Blow for blow, we had them running, but his gaze drops. A long sigh escapes. But halfway across, the damned river just... The blood chanter gesticulates, flailing for words. Lurched up! The cursed Matani swallowed the bridge and most everyone on it. Only real soldiers we have left are the Scarlet Furies that I, quite wisely, directed into a flanking position. A few of us kept our footing, but the advantage was lost. We had to fall back. As we did, the Oathbreaker surged down to the East Bridge. We held ground until they fled back across the river, but now we're back where we started with only a fraction of the strength. A member of the School of Tides is alive and working with the Vendrian Guard. I assure you she's the culprit. Yeah, we met her on the way over here. That does make sense. That would explain it. I saw a woman dressed in blue at the other side of the river. Didn't seem like she fit with the others. Had we focused our strength into one perfect lunge, we could have crossed the bridge before the enemy knew what was killing them. But it's not too late. We can use the Scarlet Furies too. No, fool! Stop suggesting ways to get my gang killed. Are you working for the Oathbreakers? We should wait until the enemy no longer is on high alert. Yeah, we can't sit around doing nothing. We have a very short time limit. If this were a hearing of grievances, I'd let you call the shots, but we were talking about the lives of my gang. Conscripts are a copper a dozen, but Furies. I have worked hard to secure the loyalty of my gang. I will not scrap fine warriors on some buffoonish plan. All right. Well, now, what would make me happy? The chanter taps his chin as he loudly sighs in faux contemplation. Oh, I know. Fatebinder, order an Antio here to beg for my help. Make sure he stresses how incapable he is and how critical it is that the chorus rescues him. Oh, what a dick. I will not stand for such insults. This assault is my command, and I'm not about to grovel for your servitude. Yeah. Lost fear with Barrack. I wish you didn't feed this one's ego. He deserved none of the satisfaction he'll take from that disgusting exchange. By Cairo's fist. Commando Antio turns his head aside, spitting through half-muttered curses. Fine, please. Oh, please help us bitter quip. Without your intervention, this disfavored mission will most certainly fail. He turns away from the chanter's impish grin to stare at you with searing irritation. Stretching out a smug victory, he rubs his belly with sated glee. If only I could capture these words in my water skin and have sips of your delicious failure in my days of despair. The chanter nods with a satisfied smile. Now that we have that settled, listen up. For this to work, my Furies need a moment to get out of cover. Fatebinder, we need you to run up the East Bridge. Don't get yourself killed. Just draw their attention. I'll signal my Furies to send a rope across while you have them preoccupied. There's no time to waste. Let's hope your gang delivers. Antio turns to you, nodding with a heavy frown. Thank you, Fatebinder, and good hunting. Okay. Do they tell us what direction the bridge is? I don't want to run into wherever they're... I want to trip over their operation. Create a distraction for your forces by attacking the eastern bridge of Echo Call Crossing. Okay, we can do that. Ooh. Vendrian Guard Corpse. Ooh, nice. I'll put that on him. This is just junk. Take it, but we don't need it. Potion of Revival. Okay. We got another set of these heavy boots. And a heavy armor, or a heavy helmet. Probably... Oh. Okay, well, I gotta level up as well as notice a trap. So let's do the level up first, because my mage hasn't been leveled up yet either. We really could use anything that gives us spell range would be nice. It doesn't look like that's gonna happen. We need some more quickness. We are so slow. Like, as much as that's thematic that I'm slow, but it's really, really cutting into our ability to do stuff in combat. Okay. Now for a wizard, just dump more points on his spell strength. We're gonna have him doing mostly heals, so we get 2 talent points. Nice. Okay, it looks like we're limited to... Okay, so for people that are not the main character, it looks like we've got a subset of like 2 or 3 of these talent trees that we can pick from. And that works for me. That kind of... Otherwise you spend too much time leveling up your non-main characters. Let's see if we can give him some cool healing abilities. Acquires 1 talent, improves control vigor skill. Control life skill. So we could just make our healing spell better. Oh no, I would like this. Arcane armor and magic defense. Do we have a spell for arcane armor? I don't think so yet. So for right now, I'm gonna pick up this gifted healer. Oh, we have 2 points. What does this do? Watcher's Judgment strikes his target, interrupting them, lowering their non-physical armor. If used from stealth, also paralyzed. So this is going to give us some offensive magic. Oh, he's throwing giant quills in combat. That's cool. I mean, that's good, but really I need him to be a health battery. And the AI actually seemed pretty good, so it did a good job of keeping everybody fully healed. All right, we're going to double down on his healing spells for now. We'll diversify them a little bit later. Okay, now for me, I need magic skills. It's a bonus to lore skill. Adds the spell breached affliction to thrust attacks. Charge up your magic staff. Explodes in a small area around the target. That is very cool. Yeah, we're going to take that. Some nice area of effect damage would be wonderful. Okay, and it looks like he's still got something to spend. Oh, he just had more of this. Okay, and let's give him just a touch more vitality. Don't want my mana or my health battery dying on me. Can I do this? Who has the best subterfuge? Probably my thief. Get up there.
I'd say that's worth a second glance.
It wants us to go across the east bridge. Is this the edge of the map, though? Let's see. Eastern Bridge of Echo Call Crossing. I hope this is the east. And I'm not running up. Can I stealth?
You got it.
I wonder how close I can get. I don't know what her skills are. Dodge. I mean, she's our, like, backstabby character, so I'm going to assume she's good at stealth. Okay, we're fighting. Damn, okay. So he was able to, like, teleport in. That's kind of cool. You get back here. You don't need to get any closer. We want him to get up in the front. You're going to help us take out this guy. Okay, let's use our little... Do this, right? Can I cast it on the ground? I think so. What are you doing, dickhead? Cast it. Oh, you can't put it on the ground. You got to put it on something. Oh, thank you. Okay.
Embarrassing.
Someone stitch me up.
Oh, shit. Okay. Wizard boy? 2 meters. Damn. Okay, get over there and do that.
I never had a chance.
Oh. Are you dead? No, she has 4 health. Come on, heal her. Thank you. Jesus. Okay. Still got... Okay, we were able to knock both of them down, though. That's good. Let's cast this. I don't know how much damage this actually does, though. God, he is so slow. Okay, I want our big guy to do his thing. It's gonna make sure that they only hit him.
On it.
Okay. Hope this is the East Bridge. Because we're going for it. Pull back! Watani Sybil. You there, and you! Signaling her warriors to the bridge, a woman in the regalia of Vendrian Guard captain pierces the commotion with her shrill soprano. Get over here! The disfavored are back. Guess they forgot a javelin or two. Be a doll, would you? Hurl them back! Wait, not another disfavored. This is a fate binder. She looks you up and down. Odd, I would have expected, well, just more soldiers, here to convince us to kneel down and lose our heads. Okay. Well, I mean, we might as well use our lore. We have it. She lifts an eyebrow. I am honored, and will trust that all grievances wash downstream. She clears her throat, thrown by your formality. May the river guide you through the valley. Your friends seem to have misplaced most of their squad. Guess they're somewhere in my river, she shrugs sarcastically. My family's been protecting this river for 6 generations, so it's easy to lose track of all the looters and vagrants we've had to feed to the eels. Unless you want to try a running leap over, you're stuck. Maybe try heading downstream to Placid Crawling. We have more warriors there. I'm certain they'd be just as happy to kill you. Hold your oars a second. I have a stalemate prepared from Captain Ari for just this moment. She reaches into her belt and with an impish smile pulls her hand out to reveal nothing but the local hand gesture for penis. Wait, there's a second missive here somewhere. She feigns scouring in her pockets once more before displaying her phallic gesture again. As amusing as I find this soon-to-be corpse, it would appear that our distraction has paid off. He nods to the west. Satisfied, she turns to leave, calling out to you as she does. I wouldn't keep standing there, Fatebinder. The river's currents are quite unpredictable. Okay.
Sorry, can't.
Sorry, can't. Oh, somebody wants to talk to me. How did you do that? Verse looks at you with a quizzical expression. Do what? Back in the Archon's war tent, you cast an edict as casually as reading a supply shipment. How did you do that? Well, I've done it before. I don't know why I didn't realize it earlier. You proclaimed the Edict of Stone in Azure. It blighted the entire realm, all to destroy the rebellious Archon. I can't believe that was you. That was me, all right. Well, call me impressed. Considering that you've read the words of Kairos more than once, I'm surprised that you're even alive to tell of it. Your vocal cords should have turned to ash by now. I'm not trying to make you feel uncomfortable. It's just worth recognizing that what you've done. Not only are you Tunon's Fatebinder, you're the mouthpiece of the Overlord. Gives me plenty of reason to stick around. You're going places, and I want to see where they lead. That's enough for now.
How'd you take a look at that?
Ooh. Is it trapped? What does the purple mean? Is it just hidden?
Stepping lightly.
Oh, shoot. Okay, we have a shortcut for putting everybody into sneak mode. Okay, let's have her do this. I'm not sure if it's a trap. No, it's just hidden goods. Well, nice. Okay, we'll give her the bow. Take this and put this in the bin. I haven't done equipment in a while, so I think it's time that we take a look at that. I'm going to put these light boots back on. He's not getting into physical fights very often, so I think that'll be okay. Oh, he is not allowed to change armor because he's like strapped into the armor that he has. Okay, well, we got some light armor. Oh, this is what we took off of her earlier. Can he take his helmet off? Nope. Here's some light leather armor. Here you go, buddy. Do you have a helmet? He's got a little cloth hood. It does basically nothing. Okay, well, let's check out weapons then. So he's got a one-handed, he does a sword and board kind of deal. Let's check out my two-handed weapon. It is a... Okay, it was better than that one. And this one... 5.71. Huh. It's lighter, though, it looks like. So, oh, it's... Here, let's equip this so we get the right tooltips. Better armor penetration, but other than that, it's actually kind of worse. So, I'm guessing most of the things that we're fighting right now have pretty low armor, just really early in the game, so... Go back to your staff. Yeah, he his story is that he got in some horrible battle and the armor that he was wearing fused shut, and so he can't get out of it. And so he's just like walking around in like his own shit. He smells horrible, apparently, because he can't take off his armor to do his business. Okay, did we do what we needed to do? What's our objective right now? We have scouts hiding in the far bank, can just barely see them. Okay, let's check out the journal. Eastern Bridge cannot be crossed at the moment, but you may have bought Bitterquip's men. Time to provide another way across the river. Speak with Bitterquip near the entrance to Echo Call Crossing. Got it. Let's go back there. I think that was over here. Well done. While you were toying with the Oathbreakers, my gang had the opportunity to set a rope on the collapsed bridge over yonder. The Furies wait to join you in battle. Good work, your gang has salvaged this mess. Okay. Okay. Plan now is to lower that bridge. My warriors can't swim in the armor. The lighter troops, he points squarely at you, can move across the rope, then lower the bridge. We'll meet you on the other side. All right, Antio. Crossing the rope, are we? Barrack clears his throat and shifts his weight awkwardly. In that case, I might recommend that I go last. He looks like he's made of the same... Yeah, God, it's disgusting. It really is truly disgusting. Like, it would have been fine for them to just say, like, oh yeah, he's strapped into this sword and he can never take it off. It's super uncomfortable and he's always cranky because of it. But instead they're like, yeah, he smells terrible. He's just full of, like, his pants are full of shit. He can't empty them out. Okay, where's that rope that they were talking about? I gotta find that. I'm thinking it's over here? Yeah. It's a nice touch. It's like 2 words, and it just completely changes your picture of this guy. Like, check him out. He looks cool. He looks like the Iron Throne, honestly, but like in human form. Okay. Oh, good thing I got at least some athletic skill.
Send them at me in waves.
Get in there, buddy. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay. Do you have health? Do I need to help defend you? Okay, you are injured. Alright, I'm gonna have... I want him to go run over here and go ahead and cast that heal spell. Wow. Okay, so this is greater renewal. Lantry's renewal ability granting even greater increase to weapon damage and armor. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna give this... We're gonna buff the Gimp. Okay, and then he is gonna cast his knockdown ability. I really want this person to fall down. Oh god. Did he resist? I think he resisted. Damn. Okay, well we killed this first one. Yeah, let's engage the mage. Get her to stop casting shit. That would be great. But I think we can have the rogue do that. I'm gonna have the big guy go help over there. And let's put DPS here.
Sorry, cat.
What? Don't tell me you can't. Cast the damn spell. I tell you to, dickhead. Okay, okay. Are you casting your magic? Yes, he is. He's actually pretty good at it. I'm wondering if you can program them to do certain things when conditions are met. That'd be nice. Okay, no, don't move. Keep doing what you're doing, buddy. You're doing a great job. Now, I told my rogue to get her ass up here and fight this thing, and instead she's standing where she is, fighting this thing. Okay, can we finish that off?
Wait a minute.
Ah, shit. Alright, we lost one. Okay, I'm gonna light... I want to light this... Nah, we'll put it on the troop. Usually, real soldiers have too much resistance.
I'm not entirely useless.
The mages have too much resistance to magic damage, so I don't want to light him on fire. What are you doing? I think it's like overriding what I'm telling it to do. Not sure what's going on there. Wow, that cast time is atrocious. Can we buff him? Let's buff our big guy. Restoring touch. Okay. I can cast False Pit. I think it's only going to hit... Yeah, let's knock him down. Didn't work. Damn. I wonder what the odds are of that being successful. Okay, we don't need a ranged attack. What I need is... Can I use this? I don't have my melee attack equipped. Okay. Finish him. Nice. Got a new staff. Boreal Frost. It is much better than what I've been using, so we'll definitely be taking that. And we got a Sage's Hood, which adds to accuracy and recovery time. Ooh. Nice. Okay. It doesn't look any different. The hat looks different. The hat looks pretty stupid, honestly, but I look like a goat cultist.
Yes.
Tyros' butchers have come! Flee!
Yeah, you better run. Alright, how are we doing on health? She's got a red health bar. There's some kind of like rest mechanic. Okay. I've got camping supplies. I wonder what it does. I think it just slightly lowers her max health. There could be worse effects. Alright, we're gonna chat with Martin. Mrs. Sybil over here. Retreat! Captain Matani signals for our troops to run to the nearby village. There's too many. They've crossed the river. Pull back! The Vendrian Guard soldiers rush forward and adopt a close formation, covering Captain Matani as she retreats towards the nearby settlement. Hold. I only wish to talk. Oh, okay. Just kidding. I thought we were going to talk. Oh well. So, let's have big guy here engage the Sun Soldier. We're going to have her come and engage this guy. And I need him to do some crowd control for me. I'd like to make this guy fall down. And then he's going to help. We're just going to power down whoever the... Shit, we're getting shot up by this archer back there. Okay, I need him to do his ability that makes everybody attack him. What is this? What is a target? Varric and the Fatebiter both bang on their shields and armor, harassing the enemy. Target is compelled to attack Barris for a while. Spotted mocking gestures leave the enemy confused and off guard. The foe loses all ability to parry and dodge until they recover their senses. Okay. Well, we're going to do that to this guy, because he's the one I want to power down super fast. And so you two are casting that. You need to go ahead and heal this guy already. Okay. What do you got in terms of weapons? Okay, go ahead and use that ability. No. Focus, guys. We gotta kill some before we move on to killing other ones. Blood-soaked stone. Knock your target prone, follow up with a strong bleeding attack. You know what? We're just gonna light this one on fire. I like that he chuckles evilly after I do it. Okay. How are we doing? My guy is not doing well. So invigorating is hastened for lasting duration. Do we have just health potions? Sure do. Okay, and I need you to heal me. I'm gonna cast this on him. Okay. Get the potion. Now we're gonna cast this here. Okay.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
Okay, we need to knock down these guys in the back. They are doing terrible things to me. So instead of going toe-to-toe with them at range, we're going to swap to our melee weapon and rush. I want her to rush this guy. Ow, fuck. Come on, dude. Come up here and do this for him. Probably going to have him heal himself again.
I never had a get up.
Ah, shit. Oh well. We're gonna heal afterwards. She is almost dead. So close to dying. Good lord, she's so close to dying. Come on, heal, 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 heal. There we go. Got it. Okay, let's finish this guy. Okay, what do you got for me? I think that's for the bow?
Count on it.
Yeah.
That's how
Is it,
it's done.
is she equipping her bow to... No, she pulls the knives right back out. Okay, that's neat. So if you use an attack or an ability that would require a different type of weapon, you just pull it out for the ability and then you put it back away. I don't know if there's a penalty for doing that. Nice. A lot of heavy armor. I mean, some of this stuff we don't... Ah, shit. What did I just do? I think it was a take all button. It's a missive. Bailiff, word has reached court that you have issued the Overlord's edict to the Archons on war and secrets. Know that we understand fully the weight of this burden and appreciate the loyalty you show in its declaration. Provided you survive this span, your service will be duly recognized. As you navigate the idiosyncrasies and mutual antipathy of our overlords, war masters, remember that Kairos watches all with interest. Those who distinguish themselves, whether Fatebinder or Archon, have the opportunity to rise in the overlord's esteem. Even now, the northern courts whisper that the more successful of the two archons will be granted rule over the whole of the peninsula. Similarly, your fortunes rest upon the decisions you make. Choose wisely. Okay. So, like, pen pals with the Tunon the Adjudicator. The 24-hour response time. All right. Well, I've got to ditch this blanket. I was freezing when I started. And found all my warm clothes and a big, huge blanket. Now it is toasty in here. Get out of here. Okay, get all the loot. Miss anything? Okay, we need to... So her wounds went away. I'm guessing that's because she leveled up. That's very cool. I'm going to give her a little more vitality. She is dying so fast in every fight. All right, just one second. much better. Okay. Does she have any new talents? She does. Okay. Now, I've had her in melee almost every time because we already have 2 other ranged people. So I'd like her to pick up some duelist skills. After a kill, Versa will strike twice with her attacks for a short time. That's pretty cool. And she doesn't get engaged. Nice to have that extra mobility. I don't want to taunt on her. That doesn't make any sense. She's already dying so many times. I'm doing taunts to get people to stop hitting her. She gains a passive bonus to dodge, parry skill until the combat ends. All right, we're going to do this. Give her a little bit more survivability. Okay.
Right.
Time is it?
Have a look here.
Ooh. Hidden cache. Don't mind if I do. Okay. Do I need to go up?
Sorry, can't.
What's going on? Did I... Yeah, what's going on? Where am I supposed to go with this? We had a big fight. Oh, I have to lower the bridge. That was my objective. I just see red mist. Kill, kill, kill. Forget what I'm actually there to do. Best not to lose the momentum. Push into the village. We'll join with somebody soon. Okay. Probably need to chat with him. Captain Motani Sybil to the north. Okay, now we have the ability to keep walking north. Here we go.
They're here! Run! Go
Oh,
now!
I thought they were about to fight me. I thought these old women were going to fight me. Okay. So, yeah, that's a good fight for you. We definitely want him to come over this way, though. And I want you... You have equipped right now. I want him to help her fight. And you throw your quills at this guy. Oh, he has his big mallet out. No, no, no. You can put that away, buddy. Just cast your spells. Like a good boy. Can we... Oh, nice. I can actually help this guy. What? No, stop moving. Just cast the damn spell.
On it.
Here we go. Nice. So it's not great against better troops, but for these kind of low skill troops, it's very effective. There we go. What do you got for me, buddy? He doesn't have any kind of active skills. Oh man. Might have to call it soon just because I'm starting to choke on nothing. And I forgot to bring water in with me. Okay. Come on, dude. What are you doing? You're just standing around. Get in there. It's a good noise. Two broken helmets. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to call it here for the night. My voice is giving out on me. Well, Thanks, Johnny Speed, for hanging out with me. Yeah. I'm definitely going to be playing some more of this. I'm liking this. I've been looking for a good RPG to get into. And I was thinking about doing another playthrough of Divinity Original Sin. I didn't finish my first one, but I got really far into it. I just get bogged down at some point because the inventory system is so cumbersome. But anyways, this is scratching that itch big time for me. So I think I'll be streaming this quite a bit next week. All right, well, take care, man. Good talking to you.